Zoe and I am a previous graduate of the Government Economic Service Apprenticeship Programme. So over the 4 years I worked in the Ministry of Justice. I worked in loads of different topics such as female offenders, youth custody analysis and probation analysis, and then most recently I am working in the prison economics analysis team. So when applying for apprenticeships, you might think, have I ever done anything to do with what I'm applying for? No. Or how could I compete with people that might have already got experience in this field? So my route was far from conventional, and I went to a sports academy and I played football full time whilst I was studying towards a BTEC sports science qualification. I personally had no experience in economics. I hadn't studied it at A-level or GCSE, so it was a completely new topic to me. But that's why transferable skills are so important, because you can demonstrate your strengths and your interests without having any direct experience of the job whatsoever. So it's really weird when you're thinking about, well, how can I apply restaurant experience or my part-time job at a football clubhouse or as a football coach or a referee? How can I apply those scenarios and those experiences to an application for an economics or a social research degree? But for example, I worked at a pub from the age of 15. And some of the transferable skills could have been written, for example, you could say your communication skills. So when I was working as a shift supervisor at a local pub, I developed the skill to listen attentively and convey information really clearly, whilst also following directions from my seniors in a fast-paced environment. In the same way, I had to develop communication skills whilst I was a football referee. Completely different type. You had to learn to be assertive, but know when you've made the wrong decision and sometimes kind of correct yourself. You then have another example of a transferable skill, such as handling responsibility. So within the year of working at the pub, I received deliveries. I had to sign off on big orders of meat and fresh produce, which was amounting to large amounts of money. And this was quite a responsibility for someone of only 16 or 17. So when you start to write your applications for an apprenticeship, you may initially think, have you got any of those experiences? But have a think about what work experience you might have done. Most schools mandate that you do some sort of work experience. That week probably gave you so many skills that you're not even aware of. So for example, another thing that could give you loads of examples of transferable skills is local sports teams or school competitions. For example, you might have house drama or house music. Both of these things require you to work as part of a team. The same would be true for a sports team or a maths club or a public speaking competition. You're required to communicate with loads of people. You have to handle the responsibility of completing your own tasks, whilst at the same time you have to motivate others to get the job done. Another simple one, which everyone, I guarantee, has done, is presenting something to your class. If you have, think about how you prepared for it. How did you engage the audience? And did you use a PowerPoint to make sure that they understood the information that you were presenting to them? So think about your transferable skills. How can I develop these? How do I deal with responsibility? How do I plan and prioritize effectively? So I guarantee you will find examples of these in your everyday life.